Good day everyone. Today I'm going to discuss to you the three countries and the reason why they belong to lesser crime countries. So let's proceed to the first one, Switzerland. Switzerland is a landlocked country located in Central Europe and it's known for its stunning landscape, high quality of life, and strong economy. So makikita nyo pa lang sa picture, sobrang peaceful talaga manirahan sa Switzerland. And marami rin sila mga tourist spot na pwedeng puntahan, lalo na sa mga mahilig mag-tour. Next, Switzerland's criminal justice system. First, independent judiciary. Ano nga ba ang independent judiciary? Ang independent judiciary is yung judge lamang ang pwedeng mag-decide or mag-desisyon. Gaya dito sa Pilipinas, meron tayong tinatawag na legislative na kung saan sila yung tagagawa ng batas, executive, sila ang taga-execute ng batas, and judiciary, na kung saan sila ang taga-decide or taga-gawa ng desisyon. Next, due process. So, meron din silang due process dito sa Switzerland, na kung saan nire-respeto din nila yung rights ng suspect, hindi lamang yung victims. Gaya din dito sa Pilipinas, meron din tayong due process na tinatawag. Na bago mo masasabing criminal yung isang tao, is kailangan mo nang dumaan sa legal process. Confidentiality. Alam naman natin yung word na confidentiality. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo dapat pinagkakalat or sinishare sa iba. Dapat manatili lang kung saan. Dapat sa inyo lang. To ensure and to protect the personal information and privacy ng tao. Next is rehabilitation. Meron din tayong rehabilitation dito sa Pilipinas na kung saan yung mga nakakommit ng minor crimes is pinupunta dito sa rehabilitation. Or kundi naman is yung mga drug users, mga addict, pinupunta dito para may mabigyan ng chance na magbago. Kasi lahat naman tayo is may second chance para baguhin yung mga sarili natin. And sa Switzerland kasi, mas priority nila ang rehabilitation than to punish. They give educational and work within prison yung mga taong na-convict na. So, dito naman tayo sa policing system in Switzerland. Meron tayong tatlo. And the first one is cantonal police forces. Ito naman is decentralized sila. May iba't ibang role or naka-assign na trabaho. Imagine, yung each room, mayroon silang rules or police force na sinusunod. Dito naman sa Federal Police, also known as Federal Criminal Police Office, dito naman sila yung gumagawa ng rules, lahat na, whole. Sila yung tagagawan ng rules. And coordination and collaboration between cantonal police forces and federal police, they coordinate to each other. Pinag-uusapan nila kung ano ba yung mga plano or gagawin or strategy na dapat pang gawin nila to prevent crimes. And collaboration, syempre pag nag-collaborate yung dalawa, mas ma-ensure na mas marami pang crimes ang ma-prevent. And to ensure efficient crime prevention and investigation. Next, police uniform in Switzerland. Ito naman, dark blue uniform. Ito yung standard uniform ng Switzerland with a variety of accessories such as hat, belt, and badge. Next, high visibility vest. Ito naman is ginagamit when working on road or traffic. Cantonal variation. Dito, may iba't iba silang design ng uniform, such as adding emblem or patch. And the last one is specialized equipment. Ito naman, ginagamit depende sa role or trabaho na na-assign sa kanila. Such as helmet, gloves, or body armor, kagaya ng nakikita nyo sa screen. Ganyan po. So, dito naman tayo sa police officer ranks in Switzerland. So, the first one is agent de police. Typically refers to a police officer with basic training and responsibilities. Ito naman, equivalent dito sa Pilipinas is police officer 1 or patrol man or woman. They conduct foot patrol or vehicle patrol. And brigadier, ito naman sila ang taga-supervise or taga-lead ng team nila. Equivalent to brigadier general dito sa Pilipinas. And this rank is used in the armed forces of the Philippines. Inspector, ito naman, often leading a team or conducting investigation. Sa inspector naman, dito sa Pilipinas, tinatawag na police inspector, typically holding supervising roles and overseeing a specific area or unit. Ito naman, last, the chef de la police. Ito naman yung pinakamataas na ranggo. They lead a specific police force within municipality or canton. Dito naman sa Pilipinas, equivalent to chief of the police, yung pinaka-head ng national police station, responsible for the day-to-day operation and law enforcement within that particular jurisdiction. Next. So, dito na tayo sa reasons bakit kasali ang Switzerland sa may pinakababang crimes. So, first is high quality of life. Sabi ko nga, strong economy. And sa Switzerland kasi, sobrang minor lang yung mga nakocommit na crimes like stealing goods or written, verbal insults, vandalism, ganon yung mga nakocommit na crimes dun sa Switzerland. Minor pa lang yon. And then, effective. Hindi kasi gaya dito sa atin na everyday may naibabalitang crimes na nangyayari. Di tulad sa Switzerland is hindi masyadong kumbaga moderate lang. Effective law enforcement. So, yun pa lang, masasabi mo na talaga na sobrang baba ng crimes na nangyayari sa Switzerland dahil effective din yung mga police officers nila. Talagang ginagawa nila yung work nila to prevent crimes. Hindi kasi gaya dito sa atin, some police is hindi ginagawa yung responsibility nila. Hindi sila accountable sa responsibility na naibibigay sa kanila. Minsan, merong mga corrupt, ganon. Hindi naghihintay lang ng sahod. Example lang naman. Pero some lang naman, hindi lahat. Strong community values. Switzerland has a strong sense of community and civic responsibility. So, sa Switzerland, talaga may pakialam sila sa mga tao na naninirahan doon. And para na ding it is a sign for respect for the law and promoting cooperation. Next. So, additional lang ito mga sasabihin ko. Yung sa Switzerland, ang tawag sa mga taong naninirahan doon is Swiss people. And the average annual gross salary for a police officer in Switzerland is around 90,000 Swiss franc. 2019 to 2021 pa lang yun. From 2022 to 2024, median salary reached its highest at 92,225 Swiss franc. Dito din sa Switzerland, meron din sila mga programs na ginagawa like medical, psychological, social, financial, and legal counseling para sa mga victims. And if the offender is unknown or unable to compensate the victim, yung state na po mismo ang magbibigay ng financial harm and emotional distress. Sila na po yung magbibigay ng needs niya. Yun. Then, according to Nambeo, Switzerland, crime index is 26.48 and safety index is 73.52. Sobrang baba compared sa mga ibang countries. So next, punta naman tayo sa New Zealand. So, New Zealand is an island country located in southern West Pacific Ocean, comprising two main land masses, the North Island and the South Island, and numerous smaller islands. The geography of New Zealand is highly varied from snow-capped mountains to lowland plains. So, New Zealand's criminal justice system, meron tayong tatlo. First is restorative justice. From the word restorative, repair or inaayos nila yung damage na nagawa sa victims. And dito, mas pinipili nilang isaayos rather than to punish. And victim support. Binibigyan din nila ng support yung mga na-victim. Gaya din sa Switzerland, di ba, may victim support din sila. Siguro binibigyan nila ng financial needs yung victim na siyang gagamitin niya to recover din kung ano man yung crimes na nangyari sa kanya. And cultural sensitivity. New Zealand's criminal justice system recognizes the importance of incorporating Maori cultural practices and values, promoting a more holistic approach. So yung Maori pala is, ito pala is indigenous people sa New Zealand. And yan, may parang nire-respeto din nila yung ibang cultures. Next is New Zealand's policing system. So may 4 po dito. Rigorous recruitment. So dito nagsaselect po sila ng mga tao na pwede nilang kunin bilang police officer. Pero in-ensure din nila na yung kukunin nila is nasa standard talaga. And extensive training. Dumadaan din po sila sa training, comprehensive training in communication, cultural sensitivity, and de-escalation techniques. So, syempre, pulis ka, kailangan mo din undergo ng training. Kasi, paano ka mag-i-interview or mag-gather ng information kung hindi mo alam makipag-communicate sa tao. Dapat marunong ka din. And cultural sensitivity. Dapat meron ka niyan bilang isang police officer. Kasi sa New Zealand, meron ngayong tinatawag na Maori or indigenous people. So, see to it na hindi mo na-offend or alam mo kung ano yung mga words na sinasabi mo towards those na iba yung culture. And the escalation technique, siguro mga strategy na to. And community engagement. Dapat marunong ka din makipag-communicate sa mga tao, sa community na na-assign sa'yo. Kasi nga, di ba, community is the police. Sila yung unang nakakaalam ng mga nangyayari within the community. Paano nila sasabihin yung information sa'yo kung hindi ka naman nakikipag-communicate sa kanila? Dapat marunong din tayo makipag-collaborate para mas ma-ensure na ma-prevent talaga yung crimes and mapabilis yung trabaho. And technological advancement, syempre modernization, madami ng naglabas ang mga technology, which is very useful naman kasi pinapadali yung trabaho ng mga pulis. Nakakatulong din ito. So, New Zealand's police uniform, distinctive design, pwedeng blue or white. Ito, kaya siya tinawag na distinctive design para mas ma-recognize pa ng mga tao na isa kang pulis. Syempre, pag magsusuot ka ng hindi recognizable na uniform, hindi ka nila ma-recognize na pulis. Functional attire. Ito naman, ginagamit pag sa duties. Gaya din sa atin, meron din tayong functional attire na ginagamit. Siguro when conducting crime scene, ganun. Basta sa office, ginagamit siya. And community engagement. Ganito po yung itsura ng community engagement ng New Zealand. Ito yung uniform nila. Para approachable tignan. And, syempre, pag yung mga tao, titignan ka is mas-sense nila na may trust sila sa'yo. Kasi, syempre, pag hindi masyadong approachable yung suot mo, hindi ka lalapitan ng mga tao. So, dito na tayo sa ranks and insignias. So, dito sa ranks, meron tayong tinatawag na constable, sergeant, inspector, and commissioner. So, constable, ito yung equivalent dito sa Pilipinas is police officer 1 or patrolwoman or patrolman. Ito yung they conduct foot patrol nga. Sila yung nasa traffic, ganun. Nagkakandak ng traffic enforcement, ganun. And then, sergeant, ito, police sergeant naman dito sa Pilipinas. Overseeing a team or officers. And inspector, dito sa Pilipinas, inspector police or police inspector. Often leading a team or department. And commissioner, ito yung pinaka-highest rank in New Zealand. A position equivalent to a chief PNP in the Philippines. Sorry. Professionalism. Siyempre, yung mga ranks and insignias na suot-suot ng mga police officer is a sign of professionalism and respect din dun sa pinagtatrabahuan nila. Siyempre, pag hindi mo suot-suot yung mga yon is parang disrespect din and hindi ka loyal sa or hindi ka loyal sa trabaho mo. Parang hindi mo gusto yung trabaho mo pag ganon. Next, New Zealand's recruitment process. So, New Zealand has a thorough and selective police recruitment process to ensure they attract the best candidates to serve their communities. The process involves comprehensive background checks, physical fitness tests, and specialized training to uphold high standard of professionalism and community-oriented policing. Dito, bago nila kunin yung isang tao na mag-work sa kanila is tinitingnan muna nila yung background ng tao. Siyempre, pag hindi mo tinignan yung background ng isang tao at kinuha mo na lang siya basta-basta, hindi mo pala alam is may criminal record na pala. Siyempre, may tendency na gagawa yan ng crime within the office. And physical fitness, kailangan din yon. Hindi lang dapat intelligence yung tinitignan, kundi physical fitness din. Siyempre, malay mo if on the spot mayroong nangyayaring crime and kailangan mong labanan yung suspect. So, kailangan gamitin mo yung lakas mo. So, dapat yung kukunin din na police is yung malakas. May physical fitness talaga. And specialized training to uphold. Yun yung kailangan pag papasok ka bilang isang police officer sa New Zealand. Ito yung mga recruitment process na meron ka dapat. At ito yung mga tinitingnan nila bago ka nila i-hire. So, reason for lower crime rates. So, may 4 dito. First is strong community policing. So, ito, meron silang relationship between the community. Para yung mga tao sa community magkaroon ng trust dun sa mga police. Kung wala kang relationship sa mga tao doon na naninirahan, paano sila magkakaroon ng tiwala or paano ka nila tutulungan to investigate or paano mo malalaman kung ano yung mga nangyari kung hindi ka makikipag-collaborate sa kanila. Proactive approach. Dapat active ka palagi, functional. Pag may mga nangyaring crimes, dapat ginagawa mo yung trabaho mo. Dapat active ka, hindi yung hinihintay mo pa lang na may gagawa doon. So, dapat ready ka palagi. Effective rehabilitation. So, yun, effective yung rehabilitation na ginagawa nila para din mag-reduce ng mga recidivism and foster long-term positive change. And public confidence. Dapat meron ka nito, public confidence. May confidence ka dapat na makipag-usap sa mga tao. Para ma-encourage mo yung mga tao na makipag-cooperate sa'yo and mag-report para sila na din yung isang waymot para makalap mo yung mga information. Sila na yung mismong magre-report sa'yo. So, additional dito sa New Zealand, New Zealand is the second safest community in the world according to the Global Peace Index. And dito ang crime index ng New Zealand is 43.03 and safety index is 56.97. Dito naman, the average salary for public officer in New Zealand is around 94,349 New Zealand dollars or an equivalent hourly rate of 45.36 New Zealand dollar. So, pag 1 to 3 years, yung sahod is, o pag 1 to 3 years na yung experience mo bilang police officer is, ang sahod mo is 67,916 New Zealand dollars. Pero pag mas matagal ka sa serbisyo, kung sabihin natin 8 years, is yung sahod mo is around 116,428 New Zealand dollars. Ganun po kalaki ang sahod ng mga pulis sa New Zealand. Ang tawag po sa So, let's proceed na po sa Ireland. So, welcome to Ireland. Ireland is the largest island of the British Isles, the third largest in Europe, and the 20th largest in the world. And current population po ng island is nasa 5,269,760 as of October 11, 2024 based on World Meters elaboration of the latest United Nations data. So, according to Numbeo, the crime index of Ireland is 47.24 and safety index is 52.76. So, let's proceed. Ireland Criminal Justice System. So, gaya din po sa New Zealand, meron din pong restorative approach ang Ireland, kung saan mas focus sila sa pag-rehabilitate ng mga offenders kaysa i-punish yung suspect. Community involvement, actively involves in the community. Meron silang they foster responsibility and a sense of responsibility and accountability. Ginagawa nila yung trabaho nila, accountable sila sa nai-assign na trabaho sa kanila. Victim support. So, meron din silang victim support kaya sa New Zealand and Switzerland. Ito, provide nila yung mga needs or support assistant para dun sa victim ng crime. Ireland policing system. So, we have 4. Community-oriented. So, dito sa Ireland, very community-oriented sila. The Irish police, known as the Garda Síochána, are deeply embedded in local communities, fostering trust and partnership. So, mayroong partnership mga police ng Ireland and sa mga naninirahan doon. para they help each other. They collaborate para mas maayos at mapanatili yung kaayusan dun sa community nila. Professionalism. Extensive training and a strong culture of professionalism ensure that the Guardia Susana provide a high level of service. So, ine-ensure nila na ibibigay nila yung best service nila sa mga tatao. Accountability, ito nga, accountable sila sa ginagawa nila. They are being transparency. Kung may mga crimes or mga report sa kanila, ginagawa nila kaagad. Accountable. Ethical conduct. The Guardia Susana are guided by a strong code of ethics, promoting integrity, fairness, and respect for human rights. So, gaya din po dito sa atin, sa Pilipinas, meron din po tayong ethical conduct. Ito yung pinopromote nila yung integrity, fairness, pantay-pantay sa lahat, and respect for human rights. Nire-respeto yung mga rights ng bawat tao. Uniform and insignias in Ireland. So, dito naman, uniform. The distinctive Guardia Susana uniform featuring a dark blue coat and cap is designed to be both practical and visually recognizable to the public. So, dark blue coat and cap para daw mas recognizable sila sa tao or sa community nila. Symbolism, the uniform and insignias represent their professionalism, dedication, and public service that are the hallmarks on the Guardia Susana. So, gaya nga ng sabi ko, yung insignias or rank is sign ng professionalism or respect sa trabaho mo or sa pinagtatrabahuan mo. And kung suot-suot mo yon is loyal and dedicated ka talaga sa ginagawa mo. Siyempre, pag hindi mo suot yon is disrespect na din sa work mo. Insignias. The rank insignias worn by Guardia Susana officers clearly indicate their level of authority and experience, promoting respect and trust within the force. So, yung mga sinusuot nilang insignias, doon mo malalaman kung ano ba yung level of authority, kung ano bang ranggo nito, and kung ano ba yung trabaho na kapantay nung rank niya. So, next. Recruitment process in Ireland. So, first, eligibility criteria. So, dapat rigorous eligibility requirements including educational qualification and physical fitness standards ensure the recruitment of high caliber candidates. So, dapat meron kang na-attain na degree. Gaya din dito sa Pilipinas. Dapat graduate ka. Meron kang degree na may papakita. And physical fitness. Gaya nga ng sabi ko, kailangan malakas din. Hindi lang mentally or hindi lang dapat magaling ka, kundi dapat physical ka din sa lahat. Kasi syempre, hindi mo alam if may encounter kang crimes or labanan. At least, ready ka kasi physically fit ka naman and kayang-kaya mo naman. In aptitude testing, applicants undergo a comprehensive aptitude assessment to evaluate their suitability for the demanding role of a Guardia Susana officer. So, dito dumadaan sila sa aptitude testing. Kung suitable pa sila sa work na ito, or kung ano yung rank nila, kung kaya ba nilang gawin yung role na yon. Extensive training. Successful candidates undergo extensive training in law, tactics, and community engagement, preparing them to serve with professionalism and integrity. So dito, nag-under sila ng extensive training para din sa kanila to be prepared and ready na makipag-communicate sa mga tao or gawin yung trabaho nila. Siyempre, kung hindi ka nag-undergo ng training and papasok ka na lang bigla-bigla sa bilang police, is siyempre, magiging curious ka. Hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo. So, dapat kailangan mo na mag-undergo ng training. Part din yan ng pagiging police officer. So, why Ireland belongs to lesser crime countries? So, first, effective rehabilitation. So, yun nga, effective yung rehabilitation na ginagawa nila sa mga tao. And it promote positive societal outcomes din. Para may chance yung mga tao na nakagawa ng crimes na bumalik sa community nila at gumawa ulit ng kabutihan. Community policing. So ito, mayroon silang strong sense of community engagement, partnership sa mga tao to prevent and solve crimes. Dito, pag may community policing or community engagement na nangyayari, is mas pinagkakatiwalaan ka ng mga tao, mas nakikipag-cooperate sila sa'yo. Ethical standards. So, meron din silang ethical standards. Ito naman is yung code of ethics na tinatawag. Isa din tong way or to help you contribute to a culture of integrity and mas magiging professional ka sa trabaho mo. Pag meron ka ditong ethical standards na sinusunod. Siyempre, pag wala kang ethical standards na sinusunod at sinusunod mo lang yung own opinion or rule mo, siyempre, hindi mo alam is hindi ka na pala nagiging professional sa trabaho mo. Public confidence. So, dapat may confidence ka makipagharap or may makipag-usap sa mga tao para ma-encourage mo sila na tulungan ka and for you na maging easy yung trabaho mo. Siyempre, pag meron yung tulong ng mga tao, mas malalaman mo and mas marami kang magagather na information. Pero kung wala kang pakialam or hindi ka nakikipag-cooperate sa community, hindi din nila alam kung saan sila magre-report. Hindi ka nila tutulungan sa trabaho mo. So, kailangan may partnership na nangyayari. Siyempre, hindi naman pwedeng pulis lang ang gumagalaw. Kailangan tinutulungan din ng mga tao para mas maging smooth pa yung work and mas magawa ng mabuti yung mga nai-assign trabaho and to prevent crimes na din. So, dagdag dito sa Ireland. So, ang currency ng Ireland is euro. And yung mga ranks pala is Guardia, Sergeant, Inspector, Superintendent, Chief Superintendent, Deputy Commissioner, Commissioner. So, dito sa Guardia, equivalent of a constable or police officer in other countries or dito sa Pilipinas. Sergeant naman, they supervise a team of Guardia and responsible for a specific area or unit. Inspector, who lead a larger team or department and have more responsibility for investigation and operations. Superintendent, oversee a larger geographical area or a specialized unit and have a significant role in strategic planning and management. Chief Superintendent are senior officers responsible for a large division or region naman. And Deputy Commissioner, ito yung second in command of an Guardia Sociana, assisting the commissioner in overall leadership and management. And last is commissioner. Ito yung pinaka mataas na rank sa kanila, responsible for the overall leadership and direction of the police force. So, the average salary for a police officer in Ireland is €59,350 per year na po yun. Or an equivalent hourly rate of €28.53. And pag 1 to 3 years naman po yung experience, mag-earn ka ng average salary of €42,699. And pag umabot naman ng 8 years of experience, you earn an average salary of €73,199. Ganun po kalaki ang sinasahod nila sa Ireland. So, ayun lang, and thank you for listening and have a good day. Thank you.